Daily Jobs Report is back. Jay Whitehead is president and publisher of HRO Today magazine. It tracks the labor market, and Lloyd Chapman, president of the American Small Business League. Good to have both of you with us. We appreciate it. Jay, let me start with you. HRO's Human Resources Outsourcing Today magazine. And I wanted to follow up with you on another headline we got today. Towers Watson saying that companies in America, about 1,050 they surveyed, are going to be giving merit increases of 2.7% in 2011. Should we celebrate that there's going to be merit increases, or should we say, wow, 2.7%, that's pretty awful?
Well, 2.7% is relative to what it has been in the last 2 years, which is zero. So it's much better than zero, and so that's a good thing. Now, this 401k match thing, which is the other big headline, 401k match is not coming back. A lot of companies cutting them. Why? Because when they cut them back in 2008, 2009, nothing happened. It was roaring silence. There was no retention problem. Nobody left. If you cut health insurance, different story. Now, the 401k matches will never come back for three reasons. One, high unemployment, 10% now versus 2% back in the dot-com days. Two, labor, sort of labor automation. Ford, $2.6 billion profit in Q2. Why? Because they do it with half the number of employees because they've replaced them with robots. Here's why software will always replace jobs, and those jobs will never come back because software doesn't ask for a 401k match. Third reason, high healthcare costs. Healthcare costs, 7.5% of total comp right now, 5.5% of total comp back in 2000. That's where the money's going, is to pay health insurance, because if you cut health insurance, people will leave.
So, Lloyd, is that the way it is? People don't care about the 401k match? Well, that is until they retire, and then they don't have enough money, and then we have a massive issue in this country, which I guess is part of another conversation. But, I mean, do people, 401k match, is it gone?
Well, I think people are really worried about keeping their jobs, quite frankly. If the 401k match is there, it's great, but I think so many people are so worried about getting laid off. So many people have lost their jobs. I think that employees are just really worried about keeping their jobs, and that's why they're not complaining more about the 401k match.
You do not have a very positive outlook on employment, do you?
I do not. In fact, I just came back from a week in Washington, and to borrow a line from Robert Reich, there are three things we need to do to stimulate the economy: jobs, jobs, jobs. And I'm coming to the opinion that Congress is anti-small business. They're not passing a bill to give small businesses 1% of the stimulus funds to increase lending to small businesses. It's unbelievable. The House and Senate small business committees are blocking legislation that would create jobs for small businesses. We've got a lot of pro-small business members of Congress like Carolyn Maloney, Marcy Kaptur, and Hank Johnson. But the members that are on the House and Senate small business committees are more pro-big business. So until the federal government, President Obama and every member of Congress starts to realize that 100% of all net new jobs come from small businesses,
I know we have to...
Yeah. I just want to take issue with something Jay said. We're out of time. So all you get to do is listen. I think you're wrong about
Thank you, Mark.
I think you're wrong about the 401k matches for this reason. Yes, right now they're not coming back. But sooner or later, that worm will turn. Sooner or later, the jobs...
When unemployment gets to 2%, Mark, I agree. It'll never get there.
And then it will make a difference. And employees will... Because, you know, you don't realize a lot. You're talking about an enormous amount of money for someone who's not going to retire for 20 years. That $1,500 or whatever it is a year, that turns into big money by the time you're ready to retire.
But people don't see it that way.
We will
they see it as $1,500
demanding the matches back.
And nobody's leaving because of 401k matches. Nobody's leaving.
Not right now, true. Jay and Lloyd, thanks both very much.
We will continue this because both very interesting points to discuss. Should companies concentrate on 401ks over dividends? Let us know. SquawkOnTheStreet.cnbc.com. Oh, I had a sneeze. All right, the hedge fund industry.